This vocalist status as the queen of disco was more than just a marketing ploy. She, like many of her contemporaries, was a gifted soprano who honed her craft as a forceful gospel singer. However, she distinguished herself with her compositional prowess, charismatic stage presence, and astute selection of studio partners, resulting in continuous success. During the 1970s alone, she topped the Billboard Club charts 11 times with high-quality, frequently high-concept songs. These crossover singles exemplified the disco period with bold musicianship and unrestrained sexuality. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Donna Summer. Before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push the notification bell to be sure you won't miss on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. Born LaDonna Andre Gaines on December 31st, 1948 in Boston, Massachusetts, and grew up in Boston's Mission Hill section. Her father, a butcher, and her mother, a school teacher, were parents to 7 children. Her experience singing in the church choir was enough to convince her to make a career out of singing. In high school, she sang with a collegiate group called The Crow, and right before she was scheduled to graduate, she went to New York to audition for the musical Hair. Her parents were supportive of her decisions, although they recognized the value of education. Her role in Hair took her to Europe, where she met Helmut Sommer, an Austrian actor. They got married in 1972 and had a daughter, adopting an anglicized version of his last name. Sommer performed in various stage musicals and worked as a studio vocalist in Munich, recording demos and background vocals. The couple's marriage was short-lived, although Sommer maintained that they continued to be friends. Her debut solo single, Sally Go Round the Roses, was released in 1971, but she didn't achieve fame until 1974 when she met producers and composers Giorgio Moroder and Pete Belloc. The three collaborated on the track, The Hostage, which became a smash in Western Europe, and Summer released her debut album, Lady of the Night, in Europe exclusively. In 1975, the group released Love to Love You Baby. Powered by Summer's graphic groans, Love to Love You Baby became a major smash in Europe, attracting the attention of Casablanca Records, who released the song in America. The 17-minute side-long epic from the same name album single version topped the Billboard Club charts and reached number 2 on the Hot 100 charts. Due to this song, she was crowned Queen of Sex Rock and First Lady of Love. A little known fact: while recording this song, she had difficulty recording the single until her producer turned all the lights in the studio off and she lay on her back and delivered a performance. It became popular in the United States, where she became recognized as a sex goddess. This reputation did disturb her to the point that she allegedly attempted to unalive herself in 1976, but she soon got help and reconnected with her Christian faith in 1979. In the wake of Love to Love You Baby, albums became an important forum for Summer and her producers. The 1976 follow-up, Love Trilogy, contained another side-long suite in Try Me, I Know We Can Make It Work. Later that year, she released 4 Seasons of Love. This was a concept album with one track dedicated to each season. I Remember Yesterday featured a variety of genre exercises. Despite the album's title, Summer and Moroder's most futuristic single, I Feel Love, I Feel Love was the first major pop hit recorded with an entirely synthesized backing track. Is lean, sleek arrangement and driving hypnotic pulse laid the groundwork for the techno revolution of the 80s and 90s. Summer's Once Upon a Time was her second top 10 hit in US, and she followed it with Once Upon a Time Another concept album, which retold the story of Cinderella for the disco era. Summer's reputation in the clubs was driving album sales, and she was also on the verge of becoming a huge pop hitmaker. Her acting turned into the 1978 disco-themed comedy Thank God It's Friday produced another hit, Last Dance, which won her a Grammy for Best Female R&B Vocal. Doubtlessly benefiting from the added exposure, the double LP set, Live and More, became Summer's first #1 album later that year. It featured one side of new studio material, including a disco cover of the psychedelic pop epic, MacArthur Park. That became her first #1 pop single early the next year. Her 1979 double LP, Bad Girls, featured more of her songwriting contributions than ever before, and it went straight to #1, as did the lusty singles, Bad Girls and Hot Stuff. Making Summer the first female artist ever to have 3 #1 singles in the same year. It's Summer's greatest hit package. On the radio, topped the Billboard 200, making her the first artist to reach #1 with 3 consecutive double LP, as the newly recorded title track became another hit, and her duet with Barbra Streisand, No More Tears Enough Is Enough, became her 4th #1 single. When Summer was at the height of her career, she decided to leave Casablanca and sign with the new Geffen label. Sensing that the disco era was coming to a close, Summer modified her style to include more R&B, pop, and rock on her first Geffen album, the 1980s, The Wanderer. The album and its title track were both hits. Not wanting to alienate her core audience, Summer returned to pure dance music in an attempted follow-up. However, Geffen deemed I'm a Rainbow not worthy of release, but it was finally released in 1996. Instead, Summer ended her collaboration with Morta and Belli and teamed up with Quincy Jones in 1982. Donna Summer, Love Is in Control, Finger on the Trigger, was a significant hit. Summer returned to post-disco dance music and modern R&B with She Works Hard for the Money, produced by Michael Omartian. Its title tune was another worldwide hit, boosted by its highly choreographed visual, and was nominated for many MTV Visual Awards. At the same time, Summer had success with faith-based work. He's a Rebel, also from She Works Hard for the Money, and Forgive Me, from 1984's Cats Without Claws, made Summer a 2-time Grammy winner for Best Inspirational Performance. Summer hired the British production team of Stock, Aitken and Waterman after the 1987 effort, All Systems Go, and had her last major mainstream hit with the 1989 top 10 single, This Time I Know It's For Real. From the album Another Place in Time. The following decade, she only released one proper album, 1991's Mistaken Identity, but she did make some noise in clubs with Melody of Love from the 1994 retrospective, Endless Summer, and reunited with Marta for the 1997 non-LP single, Carry On, which won an inaugural Grammy for Best Dance Recording. Summer then signed a trying to deal with Sony, preparing her for a comeback with 1999's VH1 presents Live and More Encore, which included the new song. Summer then signed a deal with Sony, preparing her for a comeback with 1999's VH1's Live and More Encore, which included the new song, I Will Go With You, which was another #1 club hit. After a few more non-album singles, she launched the vibrant and eclectic Crayons. 4 of its hits reached the top of the dance chart. Summer remained busy with concerts and TV appearances for several years before releasing her final chart-topping single, To Paris With Love in 2010, Summer, who was 63 years old, passed of lung cancer on May 17, 2012. The following April, she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song from Donna Summer?